Power outages affect far more than household lighting. The reliability of everything from medical care to clean water access hinges on functioning electrical infrastructure. For example, when electricity fails, pumps for municipal water supplies often go offline. If outages are prolonged, this can affect water quality and delivery. Similarly, food storage systems depend on refrigeration to prevent spoilage. The loss of power in warehouses, grocery stores, and homes can rapidly deplete food availability. During the Texas blackout in 2021, hospitals operated on backup generators, but capacity was limited. Water treatment plants faced contamination issues. With heating systems offline, many homes became uninhabitable. In Spain's 2025 blackout, urban infrastructure such as smart locks, mobile payment systems, and public transport went down simultaneously. People were unable to pay for basic goods or travel across cities, and emergency services were delayed due to communication network failures. In the commercial sector, production lines halt, logistics are interrupted, and financial transactions are disrupted. Each hour of downtime can lead to significant economic losses. If the outage affects large areas or lasts multiple days, recovery becomes more difficult and costly. Beyond financial damage, the risk to public safety increases. Lack of lighting, communication, or access to emergency services can heighten vulnerability in both urban and rural areas. Household-level preparedness and practical recommendations. Preparing for blackouts is no longer a fringe activity reserved for survivalists. It is a practical response to a changing world. Building personal and household resilience means identifying critical needs and establishing reliable alternatives before the lights go out. The process begins with understanding what systems you rely on most and how to maintain basic functions: light, warmth, communication, hydration, and nutrition during an extended outage. Start with power and lighting. Battery-powered LED lanterns and flashlights should be placed in multiple rooms, with spare batteries readily available. Solar-powered lights and portable generators, especially lithium-ion models, offer safe, reusable energy options. A power bank for phones, or better yet, a solar charger, ensures ongoing communication. For those in sunny climates, a solar panel setup with an inverter can provide extended autonomy, especially when paired with energy-efficient devices. Water is critical. Many urban water systems rely on electric pumps, which fail during outages. Store at least 3 days' worth of water, about 3 to 4 liters per person per day, for drinking and sanitation. Keep purification tablets or a gravity-fed water filter on hand for emergencies. Rainwater collection systems, where legal, can be a supplemental source, especially if paired with filtration. Food security is essential. Stock shelf-stable, no-cook items such as canned goods, dried fruits, protein bars, grains, and powdered drink mixes. A manual can opener is indispensable. A small camping stove with extra fuel or a propane burner allows hot meal preparation even when the grid is down. Don't forget utensils, cooking tools, and basic spices. Comfort matters during crises. Familiar foods can boost morale. Temperature regulation varies by season and location. In winter, invest in wool blankets, thermal clothing, and hot water bottles. In summer, use battery-powered fans, reflective curtains, and cross-ventilation to reduce heat. Simple upgrades like weather stripping and door draft blockers help insulate spaces. For heating or cooling, portable propane heaters or coolers must be used with caution and proper ventilation. Communication tools are vital. A battery-powered or hand-crank emergency radio provides updates if mobile networks fail. Keep a printed list of emergency contacts and store some cash in small bills, especially in places where digital transactions dominate. Make copies of essential documents like ID, insurance, and utility bills, sealed in a waterproof pouch. Most importantly, share your preparedness plan with household members. Everyone should know where supplies are stored and how to use backup systems. A brief annual blackout drill helps build confidence and ensures that your plans are practical. Preparedness is about reducing stress and enabling action when it matters most. The global fragility of power grids. In the modern age, electricity is more than just a convenience. It is the invisible thread that weaves together every aspect of our daily lives, from communication and transportation to food security and healthcare. However, this dependence has also created a vulnerability that is now becoming increasingly apparent across the globe. In April 2025, a massive blackout swept through Spain, Portugal, and parts of southern France, plunging millions into darkness in under a minute due to a sudden frequency drop in the power grid. Thousands of miles away, in the United States, Texas has repeatedly experienced rolling blackouts in recent years, including the infamous February 2021 storm that left over 4 million residents without power in sub-freezing temperatures. These events are not isolated, nor are they mere coincidences. They are symptoms of a much larger, systemic issue: the fragility of our interconnected energy systems. Power grids were built for a different era, one with more predictable weather patterns, less interconnectivity, and slower changes in demand. Today's energy landscape is dramatically different. Aging infrastructure, surging demand from population growth and electrification, increasing reliance on renewable energy, and the intensifying impact of climate change have all placed extraordinary stress on power systems. Geopolitical tensions, such as the war in Ukraine that disrupted natural gas supplies to Europe, and supply chain bottlenecks for key components like transformers and semiconductors further complicate grid resilience. As the world moves toward electrification and digitalization, the stakes of grid failure continue to rise. While each region has its unique set of vulnerabilities, the underlying issues share a global pattern. Urban centers with dense populations are especially at risk due to their high consumption and limited ability to rapidly shift power loads. Developing countries often face chronic underinvestment in grid maintenance and expansion, while wealthier nations grapple with the challenge of integrating intermittent renewables without compromising reliability. As grids become more complex and interdependent, the margin for error becomes dangerously thin. What was once a local disruption can now trigger cascading failures across borders, affecting industries, economies, and human lives on a massive scale. Community and policy solutions. While personal preparedness is essential, it is only one piece of the puzzle. True resilience must also come from the top down and the grassroots up. Governments, utilities, and local communities all have roles to play in adapting to the realities of a less predictable energy future. Policy must evolve to reflect the new risks posed by climate change, urban growth, and geopolitical instability. Investment in modernizing grid infrastructure is critical. Outdated transmission lines, aging substations, and vulnerable transformers must be upgraded to handle fluctuating demand and integrate renewable energy sources reliably. Microgrids, localized systems that can operate independently in emergencies, offer an innovative solution for enhancing resilience, particularly in hospitals, schools, and essential public services. Governments should also prioritize cybersecurity, as attacks on digital grid infrastructure are an emerging threat that could trigger outages without a single weather event. Emergency planning should be comprehensive and inclusive. Local authorities must develop clear communication strategies, accessible shelters, and logistics plans to support vulnerable populations during outages. Outreach programs can distribute resources and training on preparedness, especially in communities most at risk. Schools and workplaces should incorporate blackout preparedness into safety protocols, just as they do for fires and earthquakes. Community-based solutions are equally powerful. Neighborhood networks that coordinate resource sharing, check-ins on elderly residents, and localized stockpiles can make a significant difference in response time and morale during blackouts. Community centers can serve as hubs for power, food, and information distribution. Citizen engagement through drills, workshops, and volunteer programs fosters a culture of resilience that goes beyond individual households. Finally, the transition to renewable energy must be carefully managed. While solar, wind, and hydropower are essential for long-term sustainability, their integration must be matched with energy storage solutions, smart grid technologies, and flexible demand systems. Policymakers must strike a balance between sustainability and reliability, ensuring that the shift to clean energy does not unintentionally increase the risk of blackouts. The bottom line is that blackouts are no longer a regional or seasonal inconvenience. They are a global challenge that demands a coordinated, multi-level response. Whether you live in Madrid or Houston, the threat is real, and the responsibility to prepare is shared. With proactive planning, robust infrastructure, and community solidarity, we can face the future with greater confidence and resilience.